Hello everyone, I'm Swanky Games, and today I'll be showing you a step-by-step guide on how to go about learning the JFSR, as well as Hwoarang's dancing and fox step. I've gotten a few suggestions from my last few videos, and there was somebody who wanted me to do like JFSR combos, which is fine. But I felt before I do a JFSR combo guide, I should first take the time to teach you guys how to actually do the JFSR. I feel like if I don't do that, I'm failing you guys as a guide or a mentor, somebody who's trying to mentor y'all through Hwoarang. But this, so if at the end of this you found this helpful, please subscribe, like, and subscribe. I plan on doing many guides involving Hwoarang, as well as the other characters, or some other characters, once I've taken some time to get more familiar with them, such as Afina, Nina, Leo, and others. So look out for those. Again, I did mention this in my last video, but I do plan on doing a full Hwoarang tutorial. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you let me know down at the bottom that you want to see it. Keep pestering me, keep getting me on it. It will greatly help and motivate me to get off my lazy butt and get to it. And believe you me, that motivation will do a lot. It'll do wonders. Also, I will be speaking in notations. You will hear a bit of something such as down, forward, 4. For those who may be new to notations, allow me to refresh your memory. You'll hear all along your Tekken journey 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll also hear neutral, as well as something like 3 plus 4. So let's go over what those are. 1 is going to be your left jab. That's going to be your square on the PlayStation or X on the Xbox. 2 is going to be your right jab. That's going to be triangle on the PlayStation and Y on the Xbox. 3 is going to be your left kick. That's going to be your X on the PlayStation or A on the Xbox. And 4, this is going to be your circle on the PlayStation or B on the Xbox. Neutral means neutral means to stop pushing buttons, period, for a quick moment. Which any move that wants you to do a neutral is resembled by that little star in the move list, in the move that you guys are looking at. So keep that in mind. And also, if you hear a plus, when I mention 2 numbers, that means two buttons at once. For example, you may hear me say 3 plus 4, which simply means you'd hit both kick buttons, that's 3 and 4, at the same time. For the JFSR, binding isn't really necessary. However, for fox stepping and dancing, although it's not required, I would highly recommend binding for making it easier. You notice on mine, again, don't focus on everything here. This is just my layout. If you want to use it, feel free, but you don't have to. The only thing I'm pointing out here is the 3 plus 4. You'll notice I have mine set to L2. You don't have to set it to L2. Most people would not recommend putting on a shoulder button, but a bumper button like L1 and R1, for example, would be the worst idea for a little bit more input consistency, but that works as well. So now let's go over the JFSR. What does this mean exactly? It's short for Just Frame Sky Rocket. And as you'll see here in the move list, they've named this Lethal Skyrocket. However, it's been called JFSR since it was found maybe, I don't know, 20 years ago or so, maybe. I'm not sure, honestly. I know it was in Tekken 6, which is about when I started. End of Tekken 6. Actually, I really started at Tekken Tag 2, but I played Tekken 6 and it was in there as well. So it may have been there even longer. So that's how I'll be referring to it as JFSR. But before we get into JFSR, we should probably get a little bit into regular Skyrocket. First of all, I apologize in advance. I may instinctively say JFSR during this section or, during this video. Every time I refer to Skyrocket, I will attempt the move itself. The move itself. And same with JFSR. If I'm saying JFSR, I will make it a point to try to do the move as I'm saying it. So if I say JFSR, but you see the regular Skyrocket, that's probably me trying to say Skyrocket, but I instinctively have a really bad habit of just saying JFSR. So I just wanted to kind of get that little disclaimer out of the way, just in case, because I might say that a few times and fail to catch myself. So hopefully that helps with a little confusion, but I imagine that if something like that does happen, it will confuse some people. So I'm just making sure I point that out now, that if you see something like that and I say JFSR, I might mean the regular. So anywho, and in case it's not apparent what the difference is, regular Skyrocket looks like this. Regular Skyrocket, or JFSR, looks like this. You'll notice it has a blue spark coming out of his foot. Like so. So those will be the big differences. Well, visually. So maybe we should discuss why we'd want to do JFSR over Skyrocket. And from what I know and have experienced, there are like 3 main reasons. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. Shoot. The first reason. Oh damn. I apologize. I'm just getting over being sick, and I still got a little bit of a phlegmy throat. Trying not to snort in your all's ear. I kind of did that before, and some of y'all didn't like that too much. All right, so the 3 main reasons. So if I set my opponent here to block, you'll notice that, oh, my bad. When I do regular Skyrocket, it does nothing, right? When I do JFSR, it at least causes some chip damage. That's not really anything that isn't anything significant, but it's a nice little tidbit. It's better to get a whole lot of something than a whole lot of nothing, But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's like the bottom of the barrel. It's not going to kill anybody. But the second time is it's JFSR safe, which is a big one. It's probably the biggest reason to use it, in my opinion. 1 second. All right. Yeah, sorry. It's probably the biggest reason to use it, in my opinion. Oh, come on. So if you'll see, if I do the regular Skyrocket, you'll see that the frame advantage is -18. See? Now JFSR is -8. So, not only is JFSR completely safe, but regular Sky Rocket is launch punishable by most, if not all, of the cast. So that's a big reason right there. The third and final reason, and this is still pretty important, any combo you do out of JFSR will not only be made easier, but there will be some combos you just can't do without it. You'll note that on hit, when I do regular Sky Rocket, I get a frame advantage of 53. When I do JFSR, it gives me 59. It doesn't sound like a big difference, right? It's 6 frames, but give me 1 second. But most people, after they do either one of these, want to do backlash, which is good, which is fine. But as you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting it out on its own because I'm used to just frame Sky Rocket. And you see frame advantage there is 43. Frame advantage there was 45. That, again, those two frames don't seem like a whole lot, right? Well, if I do a simple combo like this, that's pretty easy. Let's try it again. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Now let's try it without just frame Sky Rocket. Doesn't seem to want to work, right? So, as you'll notice, up 3 misses. Let me also point out that if you actually do the JFSR version, you actually have enough time to rush in a little bit. If I can get it. There you go. Which isn't too difficult. It's just, I'm, you know, recording for a video now, so. So I always do worse. So, so you'll actually have enough. You actually have enough time to dash and do your up 3. Is my point, and still hit. For another example, and this one's a little bit easier. I probably won't mess this one up as much. So that one's JFSR into Backlash into Flying Eagle, which is the same input as Backlash, but without the motion switch. So that'd be 3-4 simultaneous in quick succession. It seems pretty doable now. Now let's try it the regular way. Can't get it. Missed. So those are just a couple examples of why JFSR can not only make certain combo routes easier, but it also opens up other opportunities. So the question kind of remains, should you just skip Sky Rocket altogether and just go straight to JFSR? Yes, you should. I'm entirely joking. No, you should not. You should absolutely 100% learn regular Sky Rocket first for a couple of reasons. First, get used to the input. You got to get used to the input itself. Like you guys just watched, I messed it up I don't know how many times. And the biggest issue here is that there's a lot of characters that share the same input, the same motion. For example, Jin and Reina share a lot of the same inputs, And also, no matter what level you are, whether it be beginner, intermediate, advanced, pro, every Hwoarang player or any player in general will mess their input up. So what if you go to do the JFSR, you accidentally get Sky Rocket, and you'd kind of like lost, right? At least if you, so you do this step, and basically if you mess it up, it's good to have a backup, right? So you do want to practice, because chances are, unless you're really late to learning this at red and blue ranks, which isn't bad, which is possible, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, you're here now, right? Better late than never. But if you are just trying to learn this, chances are you're probably around like late green, yellow, maybe even orange ranks. And the best part is, very few people punish anything at those ranks, let alone launch punish you for it. So bust it out every now and again, but don't abuse it, because if they catch on, then they might start to punish you, especially like towards the orange ranks. But throw it out every now and again, and if the attempt lands, then attempt your combo. And if it misses, then try again in a round or in another match. You know, just don't try to abuse it. And if you are a little late to the game, you are in those red, blue ranks or later. You know, maybe practice with your friends, or if absolutely worst case scenario, you can't really get anybody that'll allow you to take the time to practice. You know, you guys can always message me, and we can see about working on something. When I say that, I do not mean start randomly friending me on PlayStation. Please do not do that. I will reject a random friend request that I don't know. However, if you at least message me, we can maybe work something out. But the main idea is to not only practice on a stationary opponent, but also a moving target as well. A nice little combo. So if you do mess up JFSR and you do get backlash, like I said, there's a good chance you should always have a backup. I can show you guys what I do. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that now, actually. So a little combo I like to do. Oh, I messed up. Still gets a pretty good amount of damage. 77 is nothing to sneeze at. And it's not the hardest thing. It might be a little difficult at first, especially with that deep dash 4444, which has a surprising amount of leeway, actually. But you can always just end it with, I'm messing up terribly. Holy crap. You can always just do regular hunting hawk or end it with something else if you know, timing's an issue. Or if you're still having issues, especially with that deep dash, try this. Oh, my bad. It works, and you can end it with pretty much anything. Timing is a little bit tricky there, but it works. You're gonna get about 60s or so, maybe late 60s, maybe early 70s, depending on what you do. But 60 damage or 60 something is still 100% better than 0 of anything. And then just work your way up. But as much as I'd love to sit here and show off combos all day, unfortunately, that's not what we're here for. If you guys want to see a JFSR combo guide or a showcase of a bunch of different JFSR combos you can do, let me know and I'll see if I can make it happen. But getting back to it, once you have your Sky Rocket and your backup combo good and memorized, make sure that you can do them on both sides. So, you know, if you... Oh, my bad. So make sure you can do it on both sides. So once you get that, we can start going ahead. Sorry, and getting into JFSR. And again, if I'm like snorting a little bit, I apologize. I am still kind of getting over being sick, so I apologize. So what exactly is the input for JFSR? I mean, you guys saw it in the move list, pretty much right there. The input is forward, neutral, that's that star again. That means let go of anything. And then down, forward, 4. And as you'll see in the command list, or in the command list, command history, they need to be in the exact same frame. So if I hit down, forward, and then 4, you're probably gonna see something like his homing move, or the worst case scenario, 4, you hit forward and then you hit 4 before you hit down forward, you might get go into his flamingo, which is not something you want. Big issue there is that you might not get blown up for that, but there's a good chance, depending on where you're at, you could. So you don't. This is kind of a desirable or undesirable situation, but. You might see those, and every now and again you might even see this. So, you know, if you see this, for example, it just simply means you're not hitting 4 quick enough. If you see this, that just simply means, my fault. Yeah. So if you see this, you're not hitting down forward quick enough. And then if you see this, that means you're rushing too much and you didn't hit down forward at all. So take it slow, you know. But the down forward and the 4 do have to be in the same frame, hence the name Just Frame Sky Rocket. Once you get the move out, you can hit whatever you want. Don't matter, but you can see I can hit whatever I want afterwards. Once that move comes out, you can't take it back. So how exactly do you go about learning this move, right? So first off, let me point out, this is not recommended as a long-term solution. This is just a step towards your goal. But if you get stuck at this step for a while, then that's okay. Do not stress. But make sure you remember that you do want to keep practicing the regular way as well. But something some people may not know, even those who can do the JFSR may not know or realize that if you go into 3+4 with 3+, or if you go into right foot forward with 3+4, you can actually do the JFSR, and basically as long as you just don't hit down. If you notice in the command history, I hit down forward and then 4, and I still got the JFSR. And it's still completely safe, as you can see. Even though I didn't hit them in the same frame, nothing changed. So it's a nice little way. So the reason I suggest this is because you can like kind of just hit forward and then down forward. And you can see on the command history, it shows you like how many frames you're going without hitting a button, without hitting the button for. I'm going about 8 frames 9 frames before I hit another button. 8, 9 frames, which is a good amount of time. It's fair. So, but basically just keep practicing this until you get, and what I would suggest is just practice doing this like 10 times. So, put your dummy, sparring partner, whatever you want to call it, in block, and just practice doing this, right? And you'll notice, so I'm not going to do it 10 times right now, but you'll notice that at least 2 of the times that you guys saw I did it was sloppy. But then that last time I did it perfect. And you basically want to do it until you can not get the perfect version, but get blue sparks, anything, around 6 out of 10 times. Once you can get about 6 out of 10 times, that's just a little bit more than half. You know, try to make it comfortable for yourself, and then come to the other side and practice the same thing. Once you can do it about 6 out of 10 times, I messed up. Once you do it about 6 out of 10 times, then maybe start moving forward. And when I say move forward, don't necessarily try to do JFSR off the bat. Invite your friends or go online and try to throw it out every now and again. Like I said, even if they block it, if you do manage to get it out, it's safe and it does cause some chip damage. So there's no, as long as it comes out, there's no harm in this. So keep that in mind. And if you do get it out, well, shit happens. But regardless, get it about that 6 out of 10 times, and then just practice. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I got it that time. Just keep practicing it. I guarantee you, if you did the first bit and went into right foot forward and practice this, and you actually are getting it about 6 out of 10 times, I guarantee you, I promise you, if you do this 10 times, you're gonna get it at least once, right? So, if you're practicing this, even if you get it one time, guess what? That's one more time than you got it before, right? So just keep practicing it. Until you get about 10 times. I think that was 8 attempts, but and just keep practicing. Practice, and then just like before, get on the other side and just practice. And then, like I said, 10 times. Just keep going and going and going until you get it. And that's pretty much all I can teach you guys when it comes to the JFSR. You just gotta practice. That's all I can tell you. I gave you guys I gave you guys the guide. I gave you guys, I opened the door for you to hopefully make learning the move a little easier. You just gotta try to walk through it. That's pretty much all there is to it. So, what are we gonna do next? So now we're gonna practice our dancing. And no, I'm not kidding. We're gonna practice dancing. For anybody who may have played Tekken 7, you may know what I'm talking about. So it'll probably look like this. This is dancing. So how do you go about learning that crap? Well, it's actually very, very easy. Doing it that fast is difficult, but actually learning it, doing it, is actually fairly easy. So, if you guys paid attention to the command list, I'm only hitting one button. Well, one button with my directions, which is 3 plus 4. That's all you need for dancing. So what you gotta practice is you're gonna hit 3 plus 4 plus back and then back again, like that, or 3 plus 4 forward plus forward. Now I know typically people like to say it the other way, but I felt like saying it that way might make things a little easier. So you're basically doing a dash while hitting 3 plus 4 at the same time. So what I would suggest is just try hitting back and 3 plus 4 by itself, or forward 3 plus 4 by itself. Right? Still looks kind of cool, right? So, and then what you're gonna do is just a quick little sidestep. Just like that. And then once you get that down, try to speed up. Not a whole lot. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't try to go like this fast. Hold on. Don't try to go that fast. Try to go this fast. Or if that's too fast, try going this fast. Go your pace. Do not rush this. Also, let me also point out, there is no strategic point to learning this. The only reason to learn this is because if you're a Hwoarang player, it's fun. It's just fun. And it's nice to have, it's not, it's just fun. That's all it is. It's fun. You're going to confuse your opponent. You're going to annoy your opponent. And there's not really a strategic reason to learn it. But if you can get to the point where you're going this fast and you know what stance you're in as you're doing it, you can use that to your advantage. For example, something like that. Because, so once you learn this, and you're pretty comfortable, like I said, you don't even have to be fast with this, just comfortable. You're going about this fast, maybe. Then try to add some dashes. Just like so. And same as before, do not try to do it as fast as I was just doing it. Just do a quick dash. Just focus on the dash. And then a sidestep. Dash, sidestep. Dash, sidestep. Dash, sidestep. And then, once you hit that, and then all you can really do from here is just try to throw a motion switch out of there. So as soon as you get done, as soon as you sidestep, try to do a direction and a motion switch. Like that. So. What I found easier when I was learning this is just stick with like one direction. So if back down feels comfortable for you, just practice that. Just practice this. It's a start, right? And then as you get comfortable with this and you're doing it pretty quick, try to add an up. And just go back and forth. And then once you get that, try to add a forward. So just do this. And don't focus on your side step. Like the direction, for example. So maybe you just want to stick with down side step. And, you know, and you just keep going. And that's all there really is to dancing. Like I said, you just kind of got to practice that one on your own. Same thing. Now, this part's going to be fairly important. So there's two things to note here. First off, if you have issues being able to tell what stance you're in, one big thing to note is look at Hwoarang's hands. Because you're not always going to be fighting a dummy Hwoarang as well. That can tell you that that can make it pretty obvious that you're in right foot forward. But if you notice here, Hwoarang's hand drops to his side. That means he's in right foot forward. When his hands are in his face, a little bit more defensive, he's in left foot forward. Keep in mind that when you're in right foot forward, if you duck, jump, dash, get blocked, get hit, anything, you will end up back in left foot forward. But the one thing you can do out of right foot forward is dash. I can do this all day. I can do this all day. Can't sidestep, but that's kind of that's what we're abusing here, is the fact that when we sidestep, we go back into left foot forward. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. I should have mentioned that first, actually, but it's more important now than it was before, because we're about to do fox stepping, which is dancing, but with your back turned, like so. Oh, my bad. Like so. Like so. So, how do you go about doing this? Well, for some reason, when you could do motion switch in a direction at the same time, right? So the idea here is you're gonna do 3 + 4 and a dash, any direction. It does not matter. And then what you're gonna do is you're not gonna tap down, because if you tap down, you'll sidestep and go back facing forward. You're just gonna hold down, like so. That's all, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Now what you gotta, that really is, that's pretty much all there is to it. All you can do from here is try to speed up. And if you practice this enough, you'll notice that I don't even duck anymore, right? I'm just doing like a mini sidestep, right? So that's pretty much all you can do. So make sure you're hitting that 3 + 4 and a direction at the same time before your dash. That's the most important. And then do it, and then do and then duck. That's pretty much all there is to it. Like I said, you just got to get faster. I'm sucking right now, but that's because I'm streaming, recording for YouTube. Remember when I said if you're having issues at first, when you were first learning dancing, you just stick with like one direction. And I said back and down was the example. It's because that's how I started, because I felt like that was easiest for me. And that's what I do when I'm back turned. I can do this all day. you know, until I'm ready to turn around. Now keep in mind too, that if you look at my command history, you can hit up as well. It's a little bit more finicky, but you can hit up as well. So, it is something you can do. Let me think of, I'm trying to think. Oh, and another thing you can do, remember, if you remember, so for some reason, I don't know why, I don't know why I said remember, but I don't know why, but after you do this, you actually have like a maybe like a couple second window. You can do moves backwards. As you'll see. The only thing you can't do is up and down notations. You can do sideways notations. For example. But also keep in mind too, everything when you're back turned will be backwards, like for you. So the game still registers that you're on the left side of your opponent. So you're gonna so if you want to go towards your opponent, you're gonna hit back. Like for you, it'll be back. You know, so if you hit forward, so let me show you guys. This is the notation looking forward. This is what it looks like going backwards. No difference whatsoever. Holy crap. Oh, I know why. Okay, my bad. As you can see, the notations are exactly the same. Like, I don't change anything. But say you want to do forward 3. Make sure you hit the arrow towards your opponent. That's the main thing. So it's going to be like backwards for you. So make sure you get used to that while you're practicing. And a final little tidbit. You can also do, I don't know why this works, but you can also do Sky Rocket from back turned. But specifically, this requires you to do a 3+4 back notation, and then just do the notation for JFSR. You can also do that as well. So those are options. Again, I don't know why they work, but they do. If you look at my command history, I'm not hitting them in the same frame all the time. So this might be an interesting way to learn JFSR if you want to get a little fancy with it. But that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think that there's anything else I forgot, but I don't think so. So again, I have to apologize. I'm not an execution god. I know I messed up a lot. I apologize. I know I may have been horking a little bit. I know it's not nearly as bad as last time, but if I was a little bit, I apologize. And either way, I do hope that this was useful for you. I hope this will allow you to get a little bit more creative and swanky with your moveset. No pun intended on my name there. and just have a little bit more fun. That's kind of the name of the game here, is adding a little bit of add a little bit more fun, more flair to your play style. And we learn JFSR in the process, which is always a plus. In any event, I think that's going to be it for me today. If you guys like this, again, like it. If you disliked it, disliked it. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, combo guides or the full guide like I plan to do, I already got a few clips done, so it is in progress. Let me know, and I'll get it out. In the meantime, guys, thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. Happy gaming. Take care. Have fun. And peace.